Batman White Knight #4, our last book of the week. Sean
And,
Murphy, of course.
More Duke.
There is more Duke in this.
More Duke. But I like this Duke. He's succinct and different.
I don't know if I do. This issue, I'm a bit murkier on than the previous three.
Oh man, I loved it.
I'm down.
The series might be losing me just a touch with
Alright, get
this
out of
issue.
here.
I'm sorry.
Beat a nerd.
I'm having a hard time understanding what the point is now that we're getting further along the story. Like what Murphy's trying to say with what he's doing.
Well, he's saying that there's a route that Batman can still operate in Gotham and still, be beholden to the people. And I liked what he's saying there.
Well, no, that's what the Joker's saying. But what's Murphy saying by doing that?
No, I think he's kind of the same. He kind of is the Joker at this point. He's saying, no, there's got to be limits. There's got to be ways to rein in the power.
Because even Gordon's agreeing with him. Like, he tells Batman enough.
It's the idea of, we like this idea of this unrestricted heroes, but there's got to be a limit. There's got to be a line.
I think my problem in this issue, though, is that because we're further into this, is that more and more I'm starting to feel like he's having to force who the characters are compared to normal to make this work. Mainly the Joker. Like, I feel like this Joker couldn't have been anywhere nearly as bad as what we can, typically consider the Joker to be, because he's running for goddamn office and he's got people behind him, and
but we see that through the second Harley's origin, right? Like, so that was cool here, is that he gives her that the second Harley, or Neo Joker, this origin and a name, although I can't recall the name off the top of my head. But she was a bank teller at a bank that he happened to be robbing, and she was going to commit suicide.
No, it was Harley. You kept calling her Harley.
Yeah, but no, she actually was given a name. It's not Harleen Quinzel, you know what I mean? Like, he started calling her Harley and turned her into New Harley.
Oh, you meant Murphy gave her a name?
Yeah.
Oh, right, okay, I think meant Joker gave her a name. Like, no, he called her Harley. That was the point.
No, Murphy. And so she just went along with him, as a hostage to save the rest of the people in the bank, and she kept expecting the worst. But Joker actually took care of her. And that's what made her fall in love with him. It wasn't like this twisted. And I like that because I hate the idea that Suicide Squad perpetuated. Like, sometimes you just have to be crazy to fall in love. It's like, no. Joker in that is so abusive and so nasty.
No, yeah, I realize she acknowledges that. Yeah, it's probably just Stockholm Syndrome, but I kind of don't care. Like, I'm past that.
Yeah, because he didn't do the worst to me. The first time he touched me was to bandage up my cuts.
And so I think that's maybe my issue with the Joker in this issue, though, is that just feels not like the Joker to me. I don't know. I can't see the Joker having this sweet moment where he bandages up her cuts.
Yeah, but we didn't see, we don't see, if the Killing Joke had happened, because if the Killing Joke had happened in this, there's no way Gordon's even contemplating working with him. There's no way that Babs is getting close to him. You know what I mean?
I think, you just have to accept it's a different version of the Joker, and maybe it was slightly watered down in that sense, but that's not a problem to me.
Let's say it's like Earth 5. Whatever,
I don't know, I wasn't feeling it in this one as much. When we're doing the rally and Duke's talking to the people of the, was it Backport? There you go.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, Jack Napier believes in us, and Jack Napier, yeah, sure, he's got a rap sheet, but so do I, and it's just, I don't know,
everyone at Backport has a rap sheet,
And I'm like, are you really comparing yourself to the goddamn Joker? I'm pretty sure what's on your rap sheet is nothing compared to what's on his.
I think the point here is, if the worst of us can reform and get to run for public office and potentially win and be on that stage, any of us can do anything.
He didn't come with force. He came to build a library.
It just feels too quick to me, though. If that's the thing we're selling here.
I mean, that's kind of, in a nutshell, the American dream, right? The idea that anyone can be president. That's kind of what this is. It's
don't get me wrong.
Been proven. Thank you, 2016.
Well, here's the thing, though. That's actually the one thing I can kind of take from this is the idea that Napier's manipulating everyone into promoting him like this and being this public figure and winding things his way. And to me, he's corrupting all these people in this town. He's actually he's manipulating them into thinking he's for them, and he's really not. For me, that if I'm going to take anything from this that has worth, if I'm going to take anything that has worth, it's going to be that it's criticizing that any buffoon can do this, and it's almost a cynical sort of bite back at the public for not really thinking about this.
Oh no, I think you're right. It is that in many ways. It is like to the public here at the start. To them, it's oh no, if he can do it, anyone can. And so it's this thing to strive for. It's an ideal. Whereas to him, he has his own agenda, of course. Feeling
what Gordon does, because Gordon's like, okay, we can't keep letting Batman just do whatever the hell he wants, but are we really going to saddle up with the Joker? I don't know what to do, and he's so conflicted. And I feel that's like the average person. Like, if this is a whole satire, and that's the point of this, is as Gordon's the actual logical person. He's not being swayed just off of emotion. And, so the fact that they're at the end, that Joker has some good ideas. Like, he's going to refunnel the Gotham Fund, or the Batman Destruction Fund, back into the police force, which is not really such a good idea, and not, like, putting it into the city itself. Now he's just creating another state, another, like, police state.
Yeah.
So, but Gordon's with him on that because it affects Gordon. Now Gordon doesn't have to have that. And we've already seen one of Joker's plans blow up on him with Clayface when Neo Joker and Mad Hatter got to him. And they turned all the villains and set them on Gotham. So, and I feel like that's what's going to be what brings Batman in. Is Batman gets locked in Arkham because he's not going along with this. But then when Joker realizes he can't defeat the villains with his way, he's going to need Batman's help. And that's what the first scene.
Yeah. And then he'll have to let him go back to doing his own thing.
Yeah, that's it'll go back to that. Yeah.
But I really liked it. And the stuff with Harley and the Joker, like original Harley.
That montage of their night out is incredible.
Yep. And I like that they kind of gave him the freedom to the next page, their pillow talk stuff.
Do you know what? I had to laugh at that top panel, where they're lying there, because Murphy posted the pencils for that on Twitter like ages ago. Like, it was before the last issue came out.
Okay.
And it's like it's completely uncensored, and he was like, "Shit, DC told me I have to censor this. Got to find a creative way to do it."
Okay.
And then looking at it, he's just stuck the word bubble over it.
Gotcha.
I was like,
I kind of like how they gave him the freedom in there to kind of just tell the story, because it doesn't feel gratuitous, like, at all. It feels like a nice, tender moment, and they're both vulnerable to each other.
Oh, absolutely. It's a really nice moment.
Yeah.
I think it's stuff like this is why the series is working, because Napier feels like a real person, even though, he has his own agenda, and he's still shady and stuff, and, doing his own thing, but he feels genuine in moments like this where it counts.
Yeah.
Plus, the art's fantastic. Again.
Mm-hmm.
The art's the best part of the book. I think it always has been.
Without saying.
I think I expect that from anything from Murphy, though, in general.
Yeah.
Yeah. I still want to read Punk Rock Jesus, just based off A, the title, and B, the cover, because just the art inside has to be...
Yeah, exactly.
One
day, Matt will read it.
The new Harley's name.
It's Marion Drews.
Thank you.
I found it while we were looking for it, but then I didn't have a good time to bring it up.
There you go. But yeah, so I like all that stuff, and them, the villains descending on the police station. Yeah.
Yeah, and then the final reveal, of course, is that the Waynes were maybe into some shady stuff in the past.
With
Project
Nazis.
Paperclip. Yeah, I mean that's America though. Like, here we go again.
With Baron von Fries, of course, connected to.
Oh, such a great name.
I love it.
Connected to.
Right.
Now I like that stuff. I like when he's playing with this stuff a little bit more. I think the deeper it goes into messing with the Joker's character, it starts to feel a bit more off to me. But I don't know. I just wasn't into this one as much as some of the previous ones. It didn't have the big moments. I think when you focus on Jack Napier and Harley as a almost regular couple on a date, and I know you said you loved that montage. For me, I'm just like, okay, this is weird. And
But it's supposed to be weird in that sense. You're supposed to go, what is going on? Is this still the Joker? Is this genuine and reformed, or what's actually happening? So it is weird in that sense.
I might like it more when I've read the whole thing. But for me, this was easily the weakest issue of the series so far. I'm not super into him running for office per se. I mean, I know that's going to always be part of the story, but I don't know. The actual scene of him like talking to the crowd and
I also, I thought that was a little on the nose, a little heavy-handed, but maybe that's the point, because he's not Percy, where Percy kind of rues in being heavy-handed.
Yeah.
I mean, that whole speech from Duke where he's like, "We don't need a white knight to come to Backport," and I was like, "That's the title, man." So I feel like that's very tongue-in-cheek, and Duke knowing what to say to rile up the crowd. Yeah, he said that from the beginning. This was going to be a political satire of what's going on, told through the lens of Batman. That's how it was sold to me, anyways.
Yeah.
And it's delivering on what it promised, and I love it. And the fact I get to look at Murphy art every month, like,
that is never a bad thing.